How's it going, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I was on Amazon this weekend and I was looking for a new set of ND filters. And when it comes to ND filters, when this first came out, a lot of the ND filters were coming from China, or at least the inexpensive ones were coming from China, and the expensive ones like the Freewells and some of the other brands were just out of my price range. I didn't want to spend $100 on a set of ND filters because I know I only use one ND filter. I mean, it may be an ND16 if I have a 4-pack, or maybe an ND32 on a super bright day, but I didn't want to go out and spend $100 on a bunch of ND filters I probably wasn't going to use. Actually, not probably, I wasn't going to use. So interesting enough, a company that I've done reviews on in the past, and I really like their products, popped up with an inexpensive set of ND filters, and I knew I had to try them because they usually give you very good or excellent quality products at a lower cost, and that is the company Neewer, and that's probably reverse when I don't know if this is going to flip around, but it's Neewer. I will leave a link to these in the description below. They came out with a set of, actually a couple of different sets on Amazon. I used my trusty Amazon Prime account and got these shipped to me for about $40 if I'm not mistaken, $40-ish dollars, one day shipping overnight, and I really like them. So I got them out of the box and I've been testing them out. Not really testing them out, I haven't done any videos with them. I've actually been playing with an inexpensive ND filter. Sorry, I gotta keep leaning over to the table because I don't have all the stuff in my hands. When the Osmo Action first came out, I wanted an ND filter. I wanted to actually be able to go out and shoot video. I wanted to do some with an ND filter and without an ND filter. Any videographer or person with a camera who knows anything about anything will tell you that you just have to use an ND filter or shoot at a higher shutter speed to kind of keep the brightness down and get lower quality images if you do that. So I wanted to get one just to play with this thing when I first got it, and I couldn't find anything that wasn't coming from China. Everybody else, like DJI, I don't even know if DJI has one that's proprietary to DJI, but everyone else didn't have them in stock, and I ended up picking this thing up off of eBay from a vendor who I will not mention because I did not like their customer service. And the reason I didn't like their customer service is the fact that they sold this as an ND filter, a variable ND filter for the Osmo Action, and when it came in a box that had a Phantom 3 series drone on it. So this was actually made for a Phantom 3 series drone, and additionally it didn't thread on. It actually kind of just slid on the end, and it didn't even fit. It sat on very loosely. If I were to do this, it would fall off, or if I was walking, it would fall off. What I ended up doing, because I didn't want to return it because I wanted to use an ND filter and I threw the box away, is I ended up wrapping a couple of pieces of electrical tape, or a couple of wraps of electrical tape around the lens protector and made it stick. Did that help? Not really. Still difficult to use. I think for me, because this is totally sloppy and just low quality. I don't even know why this guy was selling these. Look at that play. And then there was like, there's no seal in there. It just feels, it sounds like an old, remember the old bottles with the metal caps? It sounds like an old bottle cap. And it just felt like, you know, a piece of junk. I would say a piece of junk. Also because there's kind of like no seal on it, and the original lens cap or lens protector had these grooves in it. All kinds of dust and dirt would get in between the lens and the ND filter and give me crappy video, because there's you know that rotation, and there's two lenses in there that kind of rotate against each other that will give you a darker, if you don't know how this works since this is variable. As you can see through it right now, get the lens, the light out of there. As you turn it, it gets darker. Long story short, one of the new set of ND filters went on Amazon, found a set of Neewers for about $40, got them shipped to me overnight, and they are amazing. They are high quality, they look very good, they feel very good, and they are actually inexpensive and high quality. The lens on this thing looks absolutely amazing. I can't tell you, I don't know if the light and the camera is picking this up, but I can't tell you how great these things feel. Also, there is no slop in it. As you just saw with that cheap one, there's no slop in it. This is a high quality ND filter with a high quality lens, and I got 4 of them, which are actually ND PLs. This is actually a polarized ND filter, where you can turn it to get the correct polarization for $40. So I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. I can't wait to get outside and test them out. Again, I don't use ND filters. I don't use like a range of ND filters like, oh, the sun is, no. ND16, ND32 during the day, midday, beyond, and on the beginning and tail end of the day, maybe for some reason, if it's bright outside still, I would put like an ND8 on it. I don't shoot like an ND4 at sunrise. It's just not, I mean, it's just not necessary for me. It's not necessary. So can't wait to get out and try these. I like the fact that they do thread on and they fit on perfectly. I also like the fact that they have what seems to be high quality lens on it. That seems to be really dark. That's an ND16. And I can't see the lens through that ND filter. And if I were to grab, let's say, I don't know, this is an ND16 for the Anafi drone. It almost seems like that one's a little bit lighter. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I will definitely test it out and see. Next up, because I now have an ND filter that may not be waterproof anymore. It's definitely probably going to be water resistant, meaning I can get it wet, but it's probably not going to be waterproof because now there is that point of failure, the rotating lens on top of this. I had to find something else that will keep this protected. And I also wanted to keep my Osmo Action camera in pristine condition. I actually accidentally pulled this little piece of, I guess it's called screen protector plastic off, which I'll end up getting another piece to replace it. But I wanted something to keep it very nice if I happen to drop it. I bolted this thing to the top of my helmet, and when you get up to those questionable speeds, it feels like it's pulling your head back because I couldn't find a place on the helmet that had enough of a curve to mount the camera down low. But I also bolted it to the back of the motorcycle, if you've seen in my other video, and I was worried so much about kicking a rock up and smashing the front of this, it just made me sick to even try that stunt until I found some way to actually protect the camera. What I ended up doing to shoot other videos, just to do some action videos, is I went and found my old trusty $40 action camera, which is one of the cameras that I started this channel off of years ago, and bolted that to the back, and I used a waterproof case. While I don't really care about smashing up this camera doesn't have any type of mount on the bottom, so I needed this case. And also, this case is the waterproof case. Back in, I think this actually came with another back that has slits in it that would allow sound in it. To get to the point, I picked up a waterproof case for the Osmo Action. Now, I'm not sure how many of these are out. This was relatively, I don't know if this, I would say this is inexpensive. I think I paid about 20 bucks for this. Now, why did I pay 20 bucks for a waterproof case when the Osmo Action is waterproof up to what, 11 meters? I don't know. Maybe I'll go diving someday and get deeper than 36 feet. But for me, it was to actually protect the camera if I decide to bolt it into in a questionable mount somewhere on top of my helmet, and for some reason it actually gets snatched off, or on the back of the bike and it kicks up rocks or dirt and debris. I don't want it to scratch up I mean, I'm really loving this camera, my love right now, and get it all dirty and damaged. I mean, I do have the DJI Refresh Care thing, but I'm anal, I don't want to mess it up. So I bought this for 20 bucks, and it actually is pretty high quality too. Now, I mean, it's a piece of plastic, I know, but I like this one because I think there were two. This one came Amazon Prime, and then there was a couple that I could actually get shipped. I think they came from China because they weren't, I think, Prime shippable. But the thing I like about this one is they took the time to actually make this unique to the Osmo Action. As you can see there, they actually put the button markers, or actually they labeled the buttons the same way they are labeled on the camera. So on the camera, you have on top, you have your display power button and your shutter button, and on one side here you have that quick select button. And as you can see on this one, they did the same thing, and it actually just makes it look nicer. I don't know, that's probably the best thing that I can say about it. But let's try something real quick because I haven't tried this yet. None of this matters if any of this stuff is junk and it doesn't work, right? So waterproof case, Osmo Action with the Neewer PL filter, and I want to protect it on my motorcycle and get excellent image quality from the new ND filter. Does it fit? It does fit. Does it close? And it is a tight fit. Does it close? It does close. And that was a tight close, so hopefully that is sealed. Now, in the box, it also came with, if I can find it, also came with a couple of additional accessories. It came with a GoPro mount for clipping the camera mount to, or the case to a GoPro or wherever you have it mounted. It came with a screw to secure it. And it came with a pack of these, which I'm only assuming right now because I don't really know, are water test strips. It's in a package with silica gel, which means they want to keep it dry. It looks like they're individually sealed. I'm not sure why they would put little pieces of felt in there for any other reason, but as far as the other camera goes, that camera's not water resistant. So what we used to do back when we were using that is we would take the case when we first got it, pack it full of like tissue paper, and submerge it for like 30 minutes to see if the tissue paper got wet. I'm thinking that they might have done the same with these. You stick one in your case as you are diving, and if that thing turns blue, which I'm going to assume it turns blue, like the little water strips that are inside of cell phones and devices that are not supposed to get wet, or else your warranty is void, you know that you have probably reached your limit or your case is leaking. So that's it. Those are the two accessories that I bought off of Amazon this weekend for the DJI Osmo Action. And again, I will leave links to those in the description below. I think they're relatively inexpensive. 40 bucks for a set of high quality ND filters with polarization, and 20 bucks for a case that's probably going to save you from destroying a $350 camera. I think it's worth the money. So hey, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. I'll get back to you soon. Talk to you later. Bye.